There are days, a lot of us are working virtually, and for sex workers, it's no different. There's been a boom in online business, and there's one site, one, at the center of it all. It's the site that's setting the internet on fire and creating a firestorm of controversy. OnlyFans, the 4-year-old subscription platform, allows anyone to sell their content directly to their fans, which ranges from fitness to, well, its more notorious X-rated entertainment. But it was this spring that OnlyFans sign-ups soared by a staggering 75%, with 150,000 new users joining every 24 hours. It became the go-to platform for sex workers looking for a safe way to support their livelihoods during the pandemic. And the cash is rolling in, with some sex workers earning 6 figures for sharing explicit content. But the platform recently underwent an upheaval when former Disney star Bella Thorne joined the site. In 1 week, Bella reportedly raked in more than $2 million for allegedly offering nude pay-per-view photos that turned out to be the actress wearing lingerie. Some subscribers said they felt scammed, and then OnlyFans changed the rules, capping how much consumers can spend on the service and cutting the earnings of the site's content creators. The site's longtime sex workers placed the blame on Bella. Thorne apologized, saying she joined to, quote, bring attention to the site. But content creators who rely on the platform to pay their bills say that mainstream celebrities like Bella are messing with their money. Up next, our guest was drawn to OnlyFans by the promise of quick money. But for 24-year-old Kirsten Vaughn, she got more than she bargained for. Kirsten joins us now from her home in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Thank you so much for joining us. So people assume that you're being exploited if you are in the, some people, I should say, think that this is about exploitation. You were a mechanic, and you say that some of the things that you encountered and experienced as a female mechanic, you know, it was a toxic work environment of hypermasculinity, and you suffered in that environment.
I guess it was something that, you know, I just took as part of the job in a way. And after going into OnlyFans, I knew that it could have the potential, I guess, to be controversial. So I just tried to remain strong when people would make comments at work, and just try and act like it didn't bother me. In the moment when I was going through it.
What was the point at which you felt like you needed to join OnlyFans and start your own, I guess, and you guys are content creators. When you decided, I have what it takes to create this content, was there a moment, was there a bill that came in and you said, I don't have the money to pay? What was it?
It was mostly just, I thought mechanics made a certain amount of income, and then as I was moving up in the ranks at the dealership, I noticed where more of the average income was for a lot of technicians. And just the way I was raised, like, I've always wanted a race car, but I felt like I was not allowed to put money into that aspect of my life until all of my debts were paid off. And so I was just looking at my student loans and my mortgage and all of my other bills that I had. And I'm like, there's no way I could do this. Right. And then one day I was just talking to some of my girlfriends, and one of them was a content creator, and she just stated how much she made yearly. And I was like, shoot, if I could make like a quarter of that on a side business, you know, and then I just jumped in. So,
Kirsten, you know, as I said, you were a mechanic. You were doing this secret OnlyFans site, making the dough you needed to pay your bills. The other mechanics at your office found out, HR found out, and that's when it all came to a head for you.
Correct.
And you were fired.
I was fired, correct.
And you have recordings from that meeting. I want to play a little bit from those meetings where you were confronted when the secret was revealed. Let's play that.
The main issue, as far as we're concerned, was the issue of reputation.
Even if I walk out into the shop and spread a rumor, how other people react to it, yeah, that's their personal responsibility, but I'm still the one who yelled fire. Obviously, there are people at this company who are subscribed.
We worry that that sort of content could pose a certain amount of distraction.
That might encourage them to approach you with unwanted sexual conduct or comments or remarks?
So there were people who work with you who subscribed to OnlyFans, but you could not be a content creator. When you were listening to those comments, how did that feel?
Oh, I was furious. It made me so upset because it was like that old, belief that women are these lustful witches that bewitch these men and the men can't help it. But, the women, because we make the content, then it felt very double standard and old fashioned.
I think a lot of people would agree that that's what it certainly sounds like. This whole thing with Bella Thorne, the actress, getting on, I know a lot of other celebrities have now created these OnlyFans accounts. She made $2 million. It was research, she said. Did that hurt your income stream? Because now they have new rules that you don't get paid for a certain period of time. You would get the money more immediately, and almost capped, or they did cap how much people who subscribe can pay. How has that affected your income stream?
It honestly, for my personal page, it hasn't really affected me at all. But I also don't charge very much for my content as well.
How much do you charge for your content?
It's $15 for my entire page. And then for the most part, most of my videos don't go much over, I think I only have 2 to 4 mainstream videos that I've offered people to pay for, but those range between $5 and $7.
How much of the money you earn do you actually get? Because you have your site, you charge that amount, you have your videos. How much of that do you share with OnlyFans, the company?
They take 20%.
They take 20%.
Yep, and then you have taxes as well, depending on how much you make on the site. So 80% of what you make, you take home, and then after that, then you have to take your taxes out.
So with losing your job as a mechanic, did you end up or do you make as much money as you did when you were in the garage?
I actually made more money ever since I started the OnlyFans, which was why I was not willing to get rid of OnlyFans, especially given the reasoning that my former boss gave me. I was like, there's no way I'm making more per week on OnlyFans just starting out than I am as a technician. So.
Well, it is interesting. I mean, people will say this is a good Midwest girl from Indiana, and she is, though, the face of so many other women who've taken to this site and others like it to own your body, own your decisions. So we appreciate you sharing the story with us. It is compelling. Thank you so much.
Thank you.